So hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this edition of Soccer Hub Talks. My name is Ricardo Balbeira. I'm the CEO and founder of Soccer Hub. As already many of you know, Soccer Hub is an online education platform which offers many top content about soccer coaching, soccer scouting, soccer analysis. So just visit us and get a broader idea what kind of content we usually offer. So today, the subject is team identity and soccer analysis, but the real purpose is to get to know a bit better the speaker of our brand new course. Our new course is called Building a Philosophy, Team Identity and Soccer Analysis, and the speaker is Miguel Moita. I will not get into many details about Miguel because he will talk about himself a bit further ahead. Before we start, I would like you please to write on a chat box some information about yourselves, such as your job and also the country that you are based in. Please write it now so we can also adapt a bit our conversation. Also, as you know, this is a live webinar, so if you want to ask questions, just write it on a chat box that I will select some to put the questions to Miguel. Also, during this webinar and for the next 24 hours, we'll be offering a 25% discount to all of our followers. Just use the coupon code that you can see below or that you will see below. The coupon code, it's Miguel25. So use it to get a 25% discount. And also, please don't forget one more time that this is live, so you can ask some questions to our speaker, okay? So see you in a few seconds. Hello, Miguel. Good morning. How are you?
Hello, Ricardo. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm fine,
okay?
Thanks. First, let me thank you for accepting our invitation, for also to accepting the opportunity to have a course with us on Soccer Hub. It's a huge pleasure to have a coach with your experience in our platform. And before we start, I would like to know a bit more about yourself, about your path as a soccer coach, a soccer analyst. Please talk a bit about your path and your job during the last few years, Miguel.
Okay, so maybe it's better to start in my first experience in professional football and professional soccer that didn't start in the higher clubs. I started in Grupo Desportivo de Chaves. That is a big club, but at the moment it was in the Portuguese division. And in the first year we had success immediate. We won the division, and we give one step to the second league. In the we passed to Beira-Mar, another great club that now it's in the third division also.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But and we also have a great success in the first year, and we passed to the first league, Portuguese. So 2 years, two successes, we succeed a lot. And the third year we passed to Sporting Clube de Braga, where we first experienced the Europa League. Okay, and it was a very good experience, and we made a great path in the championship. After we go to Olympiacos, where we saw good things and bad things. Okay, we experienced the passion that the Greek had with football, and we experienced the craziness in the Greek football also, because we were in first position with 10 points with advance in January, and they fire us. So things that are unbelievable in football. But also our first contact with the Champions League was in Olympiacos. So good and bad things, but a great experience also. And I remember that we have made a very good path in the Champions League. after the experience in sporting, that where we had a fantastic year, not only in terms of results, but also in terms of group and structure. Everything was very, very good, and and we see that Sporting is trying to reach again a higher level, and that year we reach it. Um, and after our experience in the AS Monaco, an experience of 4 or 5 years, where we can also feel the contact of the Champions League, the fantastic competition, and that give us a lot of experience, and give us a lot of insight that what is work in high level.
Okay, Miguel. So you didn't say that you follow a bit the path of Leonardo Jardim during all this process. In your course, you start referring the importance of setting up a playing philosophy in the soccer teams. How important is that to create this philosophy, and what is the role of the leader, the coach, in all of this process, Miguel?
Yes, you talk about philosophy, playing philosophy, but I think we speak a lot about playing philosophy, but I think for achieve that playing philosophy, it's important before that the to have the ignition of all that. Okay, it's our behavior as a coach, our way to speak with the players, our the way that we transmit things to the players. Okay, that it we must have a guide and a positive way to to deal with everyone, not only players. It's pass the idea to all the group, what we are involved, what are our goals, and the way that we got to deal with adversity along the season, or the seasons. But I think sometimes in football there are a lot of things that going to pull us down. Okay, and we got to be positive, we got to explain, and of course it's important also to know and to talk and to pass the ideas about football and playing. Okay, but we got to and for that we got to explain to the players, for example, the why. Okay, we got to explain what we want, what is our idea, and to pass that to the players. There's a book that I'm reading at this moment from Gil Souza that speaks a lot about that, and he got a little sentence from Rui Jorge, our national coach from under 21, and he says that for the players know what to do, they got to know what I want them to do. So sometimes we forget that we just say to the players, play, okay, but we don't explain them. Okay, and sometimes it got also to be with passion. Okay, we got to prove them, not to prove them, but to convince them that what we are doing, we believe in that. Okay, and sometimes that is the most important. For me at this moment, I feel that there are a lot of good coaches in third, second, first division. All of them, they know how to, they have a lot of exercises, they have a lot of ideas, but it got to to be a little bit with the human relations also. Okay, we got at this moment one coach, I think, got to be strong in that point, and the human relations and how to relate with everyone and to pass a positive idea.
Usually I say quite oftenly that as you were saying, that there are many good coaches, but the difference between a good coach and a very good coach or a top coach is the way that they deal with people, the way that influence the players. And it's not, as I would say 30 or 40 years ago, that you would say, do this, and they will do that. Now you have to explain, you have to convince them. It's the same way with the kids, 20 years ago, you would say to your child, do this, and you will do without asking, but now the players are different also. So in my opinion, it's very interesting what you say during the course, and now also that the coach has to be someone with influence. They have to explain, they have to show, they have to convince the players that is the way. Also, in your course, Miguel, you talk about the identity guide. Okay, you explain in detail what this is all about. Can you explain in a few sentences what is identity guide of the teams led by Leonardo Jardim, because you worked mostly with Leonardo Jardim? Can you explain a bit what is the identity of those teams coached by Leonardo Jardim, Miguel?
Yes, of course. But first, maybe pick the sentence that I put in my course of José Neves, the CEO of Farfetch, okay, where he says that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Okay, for us, of course, that is important. The strategy for each match, it's important to analyze our match and the opponent, the team. But is important above all. It's to have an identity, to have our ideas as team. Okay, strong ideas. Because, for example, we can see that in the preseason we're going to play with teams that normally we don't know, because we couldn't see matches of that teams. So we're going to play and we don't know nothing about that opponent. So the first thing, it's our team. It's to create relations between our players, our dynamics. That is the most important things. And after comes the rest, week by week, of course. After, what I can say about the identity of Leonardo and his staff, I can tell you that the word that I apply a lot of times to Leonardo is a balanced guy. He's a balanced guy with balanced teams. He never want that his team stays unbalanced. Okay, he of course sometimes he gets some risks, but most of the times, and the regular path, it's to not get a lot of risks and to be always balanced. Okay, if we go attack for the right, we got to protect our middle, okay, and protect the offensive transition of the opponent. For example, another thing that I must share with you, it's the liberty that he gives to the players. Okay, he's not a coach that is always speaking and giving feedbacks to the player. Okay, he let the players and the team to find the goals that we want, and in the file he let the players commit the errors and after and understand and correct them. Okay, but he give a lot of liberty and of course maximum responsibility also. Yes, and okay, after maybe one more thing that I could tell is the cohesion, defensive cohesion. The teams of Leonardo are known by have a lot of defensive cohesion and a lot of help between the players. Okay, and we can see that in almost our teams.
Okay, Miguel, thank you. We have here a short question. Soccer Hub is all about delivering tools for coaches and other experts to work. And Khalid is asking, and you, Miguel, as an experienced analyst, do you know any software that does the analysis of the penalty kicks of professional players?
For analyzing penalty kicks of
Yes.
professional players. Um, I don't know. I used to say, speaking about this, I could say to Khalid that the best system, the best software is our eyes, the best, and it's free, no pay. But of course, if you want to make an upgrade and to see some details, it's not an analysis that we do with a software. We do
Mhm,
it in video normal. But I heard about one free software to Windows.
mhm.
It calls Kinovia. I think it's Kinovia or
Okay.
Kinevia,
Mhm,
something like that. Kinovia, where we can make some analyze, and it's free. uh, I I also worked with uh, Longo Match that
Single match.
now
Okay.
I don't think they are free, but all the programs do you have a free trial, so
Mhm,
you can try it. If you have Instat, you have access to some tools that they give to you, and
mhm.
then that you could use it. But specific to penalty kicks, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Khalid, for the question. Now that we start talking about analysis, during your course, you present also the analysis guide. Okay, and my question is, Miguel, how important is analysis to implement a specific identity in the team? Okay, how do you use analysis to help on implementation of the identity of your team, Miguel?
Okay, so we use when we talk about analysis, sometimes we refer, most of people refer to the opponent team, and it's not like that. Sometimes analysis is got to be with behavior of our players in train, behavior of our players in our match. Of course, after the tactics of and dynamics of our team, what was good, what was bad, and of course the opponent.
Mhm,
Uh, the most important, and the thing that I tried to pass in our course, and that we made the things with the logic. Okay, we, for example, with the opponent, we analyze the opponent, we see what are the main things that they make good or bad, and after we try to get an exercise that fits with that situation, where we can replicate, of course not 100%, but when we can replicate and pass one strong idea to the players, what we going to have in the match. Okay, not it is not possible to do it every time, especially when you work, when you have matches Sunday, Wednesday,
mhm,
Sunday, of course, because you're going to recovery a lot, you're not going to have train. But there are always chances and opportunities to do it with by passive way,
mhm,
not so intensive way. We can also show some videos. There are always options to pass it to the players, and of course it's important nowadays, because it's not only us that try to improve our game model. It's not only us that we try to put some new dynamics week after week, or month after month. So we got to be prepared for what the other coaches has to show. So we got to be prepared. Nowadays we cannot enter in a match with eyes
yeah, sure. Mhm,
shut.
mhm,
So yeah, it's close. So it's always important to pay attention to the opponent. Of course, our team, we make a work of development along the season. Some detail, especially with young players. Okay,
Okay.
not with a player of 35 years or 34 years. Okay, you can find one. I show that in the course. And I can see, or we can see some detail that are annoying us in our game model, in our build up situation. For example, we can show them to the player, but sometimes we know that he knows that. So
Mhm.
that's another mental process in his head that is not working. So we try to show them and give them the proof with the video. That is important. It's important for the players to see sometimes.
Mhm. Okay, Miguel, thank you. One of the subjects that you talk about, and it's well, it's the first time that I hear about that with that word. You talk about the volatility in soccer,
Mhm.
and this looks like an interesting or important issue for you. Of course, the concept is a basic concept that we already know, but can you please talk a bit more about this concept of volatility in soccer, and how does it impact on the work that the coach does on a day-to-day basis, Miguel?
Yes, I think volatility is not only in football. We can apply that to your life. For example, if tomorrow or after tomorrow one dear friend or dear person of my family die,
Mhm.
it's an element of volatility, because you are here, you everything it's okay, and one moment
Everything
uh,
changes. Yeah.
a black
Mhm.
swan, like the master of the theory of the volatility,
Mhm.
Taleb, that he wrote the Black Swan, a book that where I start to pay attention to these situations, and in that moment that we got to be resilient. And of course it's tough, and in football is the same thing. We have one two defeats, um, and the guys are in one bad moment, and we cannot think and let us go down with them. We got to be the person that give positive ideas and try to
Mhm.
change things every day. Try to change the situation that is not good. And that theory of volatility is saying that uh, sometimes the things are not uh, sometimes the things are okay, uh, and a moment unexpected things happen. So the
Mhm.
important is to know how to react, turning the problems in opportunities, okay, in good things. And that is the idea that I try to pass in terms of volatility.
Mhm. Okay. To finish, we talked about your course during this small conversation. And my question is, Miguel, how will this course help the students or the coaches to become better in their jobs? What do you believe that is the main message that you deliver during this course, Miguel?
I think there are three moments. I'm not going to divide them in
Mhm.
divide it in three moments. It's the moment that we have just spoke about, identity and
Mhm.
philosophy, and the ignition of all that, of how emerge the tactic, the technique, the everything, the game model. Okay, what is before and support everything, um, and the role of a leader, of course, in that situation. After, I try to pass, it's our logic of work. I try to pass in the course. It's a little bit a quick moment of what are our ideas, what our defensive offensive ideas, and after, try to put in the logic of what exercises we use to, and I refer a lot of times to that situation, we use this exercise, for example, and that logic of with analysis also. And after the situation of volatility that I explained, for example, one coach that 6 months ago was champion, he was the best coach ever, the best coach ever. He used a lot of kids from the academy, and 6 months after is the worst
The worst.
coach in the
Yeah.
world. And for the coaches, we got to be prepared for that. And we can see the other situation in the case of Sergio Conceição, that he had a year where he lost 7 points, he lost the championship, and next year, okay,
Everything's changed.
the things, everything's changed. What today is true, tomorrow
Yeah.
it could not be.
Yeah, it's very unpredictable,
Very unpredictable
yeah,
and volatile.
even the coaches that are on the first place on the championship can be fired, right?
Sorry.
Even the coaches that are on the first place on the championship, such
Yeah.
as you in
Such as me,
Olympiacos,
yes.
can
Such
be
as us.
fired. So football has strange things, and we have to
Yeah,
adapt to it. We have
extra
to be ready.
questions in football. A lot of extra questions in football. A lot.
Okay, Miguel, thank you for your time. We're about to
No
start
problem.
to finish. I just want to tell to all of those that are watching us that, as I said, Miguel has a brand new course on Soccer Hub. I introduced the link of the course. You just have to click it to visit. Also, during the next 24 hours, we'll be offering a 25% discount. You just have to use the coupon code Miguel25, okay? So all of this information is on the chat box. I would like to thank to Miguel for your time. I hope that you find your dream job as soon as possible and start working right away. In the meanwhile, everything that you need from Soccer Hub will be here to help you out. Okay, Miguel. Thank you for your time and
Thank you very
team
much,
soon.
Ricardo.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.